Hey, what's up everybody? So, welcome in a new video, welcome almost in a new country. Right now I'm going to Albania. I'm still in Italy, in the port of Bari. And so I'm gonna take a night boat to do this in Albania. I'm here actually with my mother. I took some day off with her. And so yeah, okay, it's gonna be a little bit loud, but yeah, I will not put my mother here, of course, she don't wanna be in the video. But we were supposed to have a nice moment together here taking the boat, and the boat has been cancelled. So we had to buy another one. Buonasera. That's it. Had to buy another one in a less good boat. And so yeah, actually I'm lucky that we can still take a boat, but in this one, no way to sleep or anything, so this is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna film after because I cannot speak here, it's just too loud. Okay, so it's better now. I have the microphone and everything. So yeah, it's another boat, and actually if you want to see boat things, like you can check a little bit everywhere on my channel. Been taking the boats many times. Just noticed that the lens for my camera is a little bit broken. So many annoying things these days. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, the plan was to take this boat actually, no, the other one, with my mother, having some nice time, and she's gonna be with me in Albania for 3 days, and then I'm gonna keep going by myself before going back to France. And it has been cancelled. We heard about it like 3 hours before the departure, so I have to take another one and pay an extra 140 euro, 30 euro to actually not even have a private room. I don't know if we'll be payback, but this is what it is, It's like people see the YouTube, see the Instagram, and actually things not always going that easy. So yeah, but in the end, manage, because I'm used to those things. There is no stress needed. This is just what it is. So yeah, I will not sleep tonight, but it's okay. Tomorrow we'll take rests, and then I will see you in Albania. It will be a short one in Albania, and then I will be in Montenegro. In Montenegro, I've been probably requested to go visit the national team, so next day is gonna be interesting. I was in Tirana and Durrës in Albania. The other days had some break actually with my family here, and now starting judo finally in Shkoza. So Albania is actually quite small for the judo world, so I won't be in many places here, but in Shkoza there is the history of judo happened here, and people will explain it to you in this video. But right now I'm with Luigi that invited me here, so it's part of a family that do judo, and right now we're visiting a little bit around. So
hi there.
If you can explain a little bit well, first who you are and what is it here.
Okay, first of all, I will thank you for your visit, and appreciate your work and your initiative about Judo Nomad project. I am very fan of this project and of yours, and I welcome you here in Albania, in our city, in Vaudes, and in our club. So to talk about my club, we must go a little back in history. So my club is about 33 years old. My father, Anton started the first dojo in Albania, here in Vaudes, and after with his collaborator, he make a federation, and the history is ongoing. So we are one of the first clubs that opened judo in Albania.
So we will meet his father actually just a little bit later during the day, but right now we're visiting a little bit, and so I've heard that here is where you used to live. around here, even though there is water. Can you explain a little bit the situation?
Yes, this is a lake now, but is artificial lake. Since here all people have houses, and my houses was after the mountain, so people used to live there. But when they construct the hydropower, they change the river float, and our people needs to move to find other places to do and to living. So for now it's like a very beautiful artificial lake, so we have a very beautiful panorama, and we have very beautiful memories. We grew up here on the beach, and it's very nice. You will enjoy.
And actually, we can see over there mountains. Is it still Albania or?
Yeah, yes, it's Albania.
Okay. Because here we're not so far from other countries, right? On one side there is Montenegro.
Montenegro, yes.
And
Kosovo.
Okay.
So this part of this is more North Albania.
Yeah, later judo and still discovering a little bit about the culture. For those that don't know, this country have very interesting history. Used to be communist country, and maybe his father can talk a little bit about that because Luigi didn't experience that period, but father did. One little hint already is like when you can hear his name is Luigi, the brother is Giovanni.
Yes.
All
And
Italian
sister
names.
is Aurora.
Yes, all Italian names, and there's a reason for that you will discover after. After the peace of the lake, it was time to step onto the mats. This is the heart of the family's mission. What struck me the most here is the social logic behind everything they do. In a small city like this, opportunities can be rare. They made judo accessible to everyone. The monthly fee is only €20, but even that is flexible. If a family can't afford it, the door stays open anyway. They refuse to let a price tag stand in the way of a child's education. I want to keep the same logic with the Judo Nomad project, therefore it's free for everyone, and if people want to support me, they can join on the Patreon for only €2 a month. This spirit runs through the whole family. Giovanni, the brother, is the only physiotherapist in the area. He operates with the exact same heart. His fees are kept incredibly low, and for those with the greatest needs, he often provides his care for free. Now, don't get me wrong, everyone needs to make a living, and there is nothing wrong with running a business. But for this team, the priority is clear. It's about the people. They aren't just building athletes, they are building community in a place where this is one of the only sports available. They are working relentlessly to ensure no one is left behind. But to truly understand this family's love for judo, you have to know where it started. This dojo was created by their father. In a tragic irony, judo nearly took his life during his preparation for the Sydney Olympic. A critical fall left him with only months to live. Against all odds, he fought back. Today, he lives with tetraplegia, but he is full of life and remains deeply involved in the sports that both broke him and built him. You will hear his full incredible story later in the video. What's the name again of the castle?
Rozafa.
Rozafa. So now we're going to the Rozafa Castle. And what is the legend about the girl here?
Rozafa, it was a woman, a girl that was buried in the wall of the castle.
Yes.
So it's a pretty legend here. So there, you want to tell the legend?
Yeah, we can.
And
Like
I
shortly.
try to be shortly. Like there was here 3 brothers that were building the castles, but always the walls keep falling at night. So they build on the day and it falls at night. So 1 minute pause. I have to buy the ticket.
Oh, okay.
And,
So the walls were falling at night, every night somehow?
Yes, and so the brother asked the old man that was passing through. The old man suggests that the place or something is not going like misfortune or something like that, and he suggests that the one woman must be buried in the wall so the wall can stand up. So the brothers agreed, and they make agreement that one of the wives that bring breakfast tomorrow shall be buried in the walls. So the deal was that nobody talked to the wives, and it was what happens, fate. So at night, the oldest brother, they tell to the wives this thing, and they said, make yourself busy, but don't come tomorrow. And so it was the youngest wife, I think. She bring the food, and his husband explained the agreement, and she say, okay, I will do it, but I have some conditions. Since they having a baby, she said like half of the body must be let outside, one hand to touch the baby, and to feed, and chest to feed the baby. So it's a pretty
Crazy story.
crazy story.
So maybe we will see
Yes,
half of the body in the wall.
We will film Rozafa, he's still there.
Yeah. And it's actually a very beautiful point of view. So this castle is about 2000 years old. That's the beauty of this continent. When you're in Europe, so much culture, so much history and things. So very nice to be here.
So it's paganism, Christian,
Yeah.
all there.
So interesting fact about the culture of this country. So it was a church here. Do you know the name?
No, I don't know. It's just
Don't try.
right this.
But yeah, it was a Christian church, and so has been destroyed first because the Ottoman Empire invaded in 15th century. But then after, again, with communism, all the churches being destroyed in the country and built again. But this we will know maybe later with the dad that's gonna explain those things. But tough history. It's just new that I have the lens on this camera, and I just noticed that there is some problem sometimes with big lights. You can see on the corner it's a little bit shadowy. So when I come back in France soon, I will have a new one for better quality. And that brings me to the point, like here for example, I'm hosted for free and it's very nice.
Just give you that.
Yeah, but like all those things, all those latent costs are something that I still need to spend. I spend about 400 or 500 euro a month with those things. So if you want to support the project on Patreon, it's only taking 2 euro per month, and you have the link on the description. So we couldn't find Rozafa, we couldn't find the lady in the walls. What, it was there?
Yes, but I don't know.
It's okay, I have the
I forget
picture
where.
anyway. Couldn't find, but right now we're gonna get some food. And the beautiful mountains, but not skiing for the judo player because it's too dangerous for the knees. Alright, so right now we're actually in the house of this judo family. I'm hosted here, so it's a very nice thing. And so I will make the interview because actually the father of this family is the one that bring judo into Albania. So he's speaking English, but we're gonna make mix of English and Albanian, I think.
My name is Anton, and I start in judo is 1991, and first I know judo in Greekland. After 1 year I have go in Italy. So there I have known one friend. His name is Angelo Boschetti, a good teacher for judo. This time I have working together with gym every day. Palestra ku kanë pas titullar judos.
I had many fights in the dojo that I was in Italy with a very good judoka, notable judoka, and
Kodokan Cremona.
in Kodokan Cremona. I was distinguished in the dojo there. He was in Romania in some international police competition in Kuwait, World Championship for police. When he was in Kuwait, the World Championship of Police, he have win the first match, and the second match he have lost to Germany with Shido, and the German guy was how it's called, Prime Minister, private security. That's kind of people compete in the police.
Okay.
2 times he had in Romania some international police competition. He said that he didn't have much experience in international judo competition because in that time it was a short period of time that he have trained, and not many changes to get in the competition, since it was in the first years of the federation was built, and so everything was difficult for competing. Everything was new. One of the fights he said it was in the Mediterranean Games. He had the first fight with Jamel Burus. Not really a good draw for him. So he had a great match, and he taken a point. He get Ippon, but from the point of view of the referee, or maybe on the point of view that he was new, like Albanian guy competing, the referee don't give Ippon, they give Azari. So after that, the experience win. Jamel Burus would came back and win the match, but it was something surprising for the moment. And
Rasisht koincidencë mu më integru në forca speciale. Edhe aty integruan vetëm se më pan diplomën e judos.
So one of the reasons that contribute to the initiative of opening the dojo was the employing of my father in special forces, because he casually enters in special forces when some friends of his see that he is prepared and he sees that he have diploma for judo. Many other youngsters that know him and they know about he was judo
Master?
judo. Not at the time he was a blue belt, but he had practiced judo, and they know that he's like he know martial arts, and it was something that the youngster wanted to know, and they keep telling to him, why you don't teach to us, why you don't open something and you can share it and with us.
Një shoqat, ma vol një federat judos, ma se nuk kishte.
So after that he decided to open the club here, the first club in Valdez, and with a collaborator there that is now secretary of federation, and he was former police. But judo in every country first enter in the police forces. So the police forces they were familiar with the judo. Yeah, military judo or neutralization. Just but don't practice judo. Just know to self-defense.
It's
Yes.
sample.
Yeah, sambo.
Practice sample also.
But they didn't have the knowledge to open. So my father was like the practice. He know judo, and with his friend, they decided to collaborate and to found the federation, the first club, and to make next steps to do the martial art association and the judo
Okay.
federation.
Alright, so actually we make the interview in two part because yesterday we had to go to judo, so we had to cut in between. And as you can see, it's like all the family. You can hear, I will put the video after, but you can hear yesterday when we started, we were with the dog and everyone.
Yes.
And now actually even the grandma is here. Hello. The next question, actually, I know that back then in this country with the communism and everything, you had some difficult situation. Some of your family member had to run away, I think. So I want you to explain a little bit what was the life like back then, just for people to understand about the history of this country.
Situata në sistemin komunist ka qenë e vështirë, jo vetëm për
So the situation, the communist period, it was very difficult, not just for some person, but for all country. Period of World War II, our family was always against fascism. My uncle was a priest, but also he was a supporter of the movement of the movement of the free of the country.
Shqipni.
Another uncle was studying for police in Italy,
Në Rom oficer.
in Rome for officer. He come back in Albania in '39 when Italia was fighting, and he come back to the country. So he left school. There was like a time that we think that they will do some reforms, but they closed pretty soon. So all the land of the people were taken by the state and controlled in our wealth and all. One of the family that rebelled against this was and our family. So many familiars were persecuted and still in '67 we had another persecution since the churches were the cult and were banned and destroyed. So we had a priest in our family, so he was persecuted. So everything that our family owned, like books and all the information, all things that wealth was taken by the security of the state. So our uncle, that is priest, he had to do prison, but since he was ill, like and handicapped a little, he was sentenced to work for random jobs. Service social.
Yeah, I understand. Same in French.
So it was very difficult because they privatized us to the right to study and to have education. He had like from 1 to 8th grade, the state give you like a scholarship. So he win the scholarship, but the state didn't give him the right to the
do
the scholarship at that. So in 1988, his family, his son of uncle, they do like escape from the country here in Montenegro with some of his friends. So they go and go in the customs, with a car, not brake, just to leave the country. So they go and destroy the barrier and go in Montenegro. So after his cousin leave, so he had again like persecution, because all family members, all his sisters, all his familiar that were working or scholars doing school or something, they were banned to do that. If they are in a job, they have take them the right to the job. So you don't job because your your family of traitors, you know, you leave the country. And
Yes.
in that year, his brother too tried to leave the country, but they ambushed him. They had noticed, had information, and he was imprisoned. So in 14 December, he with some friends see the necessity to leave the country, and they escape through mountains, taking the customs and going around in Greece. So after 1 year that he works and stay in Greece, there was a movement in Albania, so that it was the starting of the democracy, and the prisoner were free. So he come back, take his wife and his brother that get out of the prison, and they go back in Greece again for working. After he came back again, and he go in Italy.
93, I have back in Albania. I have worked in special body in Tirana.
This
So
one.
same year 93 he opened on the Judo Club.
Unë kam qenë përgatitur në lojët olimpike Sydney 2000.
He had to go in Olympic Games in Sydney, so this happens during the preparation.
Mos kujdesin.
He was training and
Exhausted.
exhausted, you know, because training 2 times, and
Tapetat kanë qenë nivel.
and the material base was not good, so he had like very old tatamis, military tatamis, at not in good condition. When someone was doing haregushi, he put the head on the mat to
Defend.
defend, to escape, you know.
Trupi ka qenë shumë I lodhur.
And the body was very exhausted. It's a factor of the spine 4 or 5.
4 or
Ka
5.
kriju hemorragji në bashkën e Korejës.
And this have created hemorrhage in the blood inside.
Që ata se kohët kam pas kujdes edhe shteti shoqënia, jam rehabilitu në Greqi edhe në Holland.
When he had the incident, he goes from here to Greece for medication, and from Greece to a center of specialization in Netherlands, and he stayed there about 6 months. 6 months of preparation, and other doctors here say that he will be dead. He cannot, because of the 4 or 5 is a situation that you life or death.
Tetraplegy.
It's tetraplegy total. So he always was thinking about sports, and when he come back home, all the youngsters, all the seniors, or all his members, they come to house. They come to him to say, "When are you opening again the dojo?" He see the possibility, or he see the judo the possibility to continue to educate the youngsters, to contribute in the shaping of their education or their spirit and the good community, the judo values. And he had and the instructor, so in that time from 93 to 99 he had do so many groups and so many youngsters, so he had familiars, his nephews, his instructors, that they were formed. So he started again the dojo, and he focused on the didactic also. He had the materials of his masters, Italian masters, and he go for translating the book, so the children have the possibility to take the information, and the practice was given by his instructor under his orientation. These years he was not capable of going, because the time that he's in a wheelchair and many things have changed, but until maybe 5 years, 6 years before, he was always with us. So when we had like national cups here in Albania, he come with the team. or when we have some international championship here near Montenegro and Croatia, he come with us, but not any longer because it's very tiring for him to stay in wheelchair all day. He need his routine. In this condition, he tried to contribute in different ways because of contacts, of knowing people, or finding sometimes sponsor, or coming and like a idol to the gym. So he come and see the children and seniors sometimes, and to inspire them to keep going. When we have a Christmas celebration, gifts for children, the change of the belts. So when we have this type of ceremony, he is always, and during the year sometimes, he come to see, to visit. One of his goals or dreams, he wanted always to build like a mini sport hall, not just for the judo community, but for different disciplines. But since judo has this result in this area in our city, to the judo community to have the chances to have a good dojo and to do like training camps, international tournament. So all place will benefit of like cultural exchange, tourism, but then the sportsmen will grow up. And from that time he have done always like a demand in the municipality and everywhere. He had like project and all for the mini sport hall, but always was lobbying this, but never happened. The kids, the juniors, they need the kimonos, the belts. So sometimes it's difficult to find it. We go sometimes around, sometimes someone give us a donation, and the kids have the possibility to change the kimonos.
Okay, so okay, will film me for that. So if people want to donate, for example, judogi or tatami, they can contact me and I get to you, and so we could send it, for example, here if you need, right?
Yes, it will be very helpful for us and our work to proceed further in the future.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
He wanted to close to this demand or ask, since God have give him a second possibility to serve the community or the judo people or everyone. Since the doctor have said he have maybe 3-4 months of life, I want to keep going in contribution through sport and for education and for the youth, to keep going and to be like safe and to be involved and
Okay. All right. So thank you very much for this talk. Is there anything, any word or any conclusion you want to make to finish, or?
No, merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. All right. Okay, so now actually I'm gonna go to Montenegro in the afternoon, and I will put all the informations on the description of this video, but for sure you can reach me if you want to help. And I will put on my website, on the map, you can find the World Judo map with all the judo club I visited. So if you want to see this one, you can also see from my website. So thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one.